When we were planning the Pacific Coast section of the journey, we looked at travelling on the Coast Starlight. This was because the scenery along this route has some of the most spectacular views, and this journey is considered one of the most picturesque of all train routes. Plus, Rob had been doing all of the driving, and this way he could kick back and just take in the view.
The Amtrak Coast Starlight West Coast train adventure operates daily between Los Angeles and Seattle. However, we chose to travel part of the journey, which was around 21 hours. The total cost of our ticket for a first-class bedroom from Salinas, California to Portland, Oregon, one way was $1,451 for two people. That's around 1,200 UK pounds.
Amtrak offer a couple of seating options that they call coach class and business class.
Both of these are significantly cheaper than opting for a room.
Meals aren't included in either of these options, but you can easily buy them on the train. We absolutely loved the idea of this journey and staying overnight on a train, but one of the things that really concerned us was the cost. So was it worth it? Continue watching to find out.
Where are we, Peg?
We're back at Salinas train station.
Our train apparently is going to be late, 40 or 50 minutes behind schedule. See you on the train.
Yeah, we slept on the train last night. It's first time sleeping in a proper sleeper carriage for me on a train. I have been all night in a sit-up and beg seat when I was in Australia, but this was the first time where we've had a proper bed.
Yeah, so this was the best night's sleep I've ever had on a train. But that doesn't mean it was a good night's sleep, because it's the only time I've ever slept on a train and it wasn't that good, in all honesty. There was a lot of clunking and banging and all sorts of noises, starting and stopping of the train. Probably shouldn't have had that coffee, Peg, before we went to bed last night.
Yeah, I didn't.
It wasn't the best of night's sleep, but you know,
That said, it's a lovely train.
Fabulous.
We've had some really nice meals on here.
Oh, food's been great.
We've got a fabulous neighbour, and we've also met some other people on the train as well who've been really, really chatty and friendly.
Yeah, so we've had a great experience interacting with other people. The staff have got full of personality, which is lovely to see.
And the food's good.
And the food has been excellent. I've really enjoyed it. Much better than airline food.
Yeah.
It has to be said.
Yeah.
This train, where did it go from and to, Peg?
It goes from Los Angeles all the way up to Seattle. So it's a long train.
So that's about 35 hours, something of that region, isn't it?
Yeah, it's long.
Now, we're not quite taking it that full length.
No, we went from Salinas because we've been staying in Monterey, and we're heading up now to Portland to see cousin Debbie and her husband Sean and Patrick, because Joseph's not there.
Freight trains get priority on the track, so it's not unusual for passenger trains to be held up for a while. This is often why the train is later than scheduled, as happened to us, although the time can be made up overnight. The train was about an hour late. We believe we're going to get off about 4 PM. We got on about 7:15, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's just not quite a full 24 hours, but it's still been a really pleasurable experience.
Yeah. We've got a little room here. There's also an observation deck. There's a beautiful lake actually that's just at the side of us now.
So I don't know whether you can see that. The trees are there, but you can just see the lake peering through the trees.
The scenery on this journey is spectacular.
Yeah, it's just been fantastic. Every so often the train stops long enough for you to stretch your legs, so I took an opportunity at this particular stop to take a closer look at the front of the train. Peg is going to give you a quick tour of the train. Off you go, Peg.
So welcome to the viewing carriage. As you can see, lots of people here all looking at the fantastic views, and then through the double doors into the dining carriage, and a small galley where they prepare the food, another dining carriage, and now we're into the accommodation section. So you can see you're walking through lots of different rooms, coming through to our room. At the end of this corridor there's coffee and there's water, and here we are in our room.
This is the bathroom, so you get the shower head there, nice little shower room, controls there for your shower. This clever toilet roll that keeps it dry when the shower's running. That's where you stand in there. So yeah, that's really neat. A little shelf at the top, so it's been well designed, a little light in there. and it works really well.
We're used to being in very confined spaces because we spend a lot of time in a motorhome, so the shower is small, and I can't imagine what it's like for anybody who's a big person to be in there. You managed okay as a tall person.
Yeah, it's very similar to a motorhome arrangement. So you've got the toilet and shower all in the same tiny little closet.
Yeah, don't expect a lot of space, and when the bed's made up, you've got no space to move around really at all.
Very little. What I will say is though, you've got a lot more water than you would have in a motorhome.
Yes. Yeah.
So you know, shower as long as you want if that's your thing. There's plenty of hot water. Yes, it did leak out into the carpet in the main carriage.
Did it do it when I did it?
I don't know.
Only when Rob was showering.
Only when I showered did it leak out the door onto the carpet.
But we've got windows either side here as well, which is quite lovely because there's things to see on either side of the carriage. So that's really good. That's definitely in its favour. It's
a very good design because when we first got it, I thought, why would they put a window in our door just with a curtain to draw across it? But it makes perfect sense. We can sit in here and enjoy the views either side.
Yeah,
it's fab.
We were debating whether to come on this train or not because it's a lot of money to have a sleeper, but I'm glad we've done it, and I think it's an experience, and if you are thinking of doing it, I'd definitely say it's been a very positive experience for us. We've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is an expensive trip. We wanted to do it, then we weren't going to do it because it was just too costly.
I think because we're travelling for so long, we have to think about where we're going to spend our money. If you're doing a 2-week holiday, then you just do it.
So last week, let me just show you that. Just briefly there was a better glimpse of the lake, but it's gone. I mean, we've basically been living off pot noodles and sandwiches for a few days. We've tried to minimise our spending.
Dry bread and a Christian rind of cheese.
I mean, it really has been a basic existence. I don't know how we've got through it, Peg.
Yeah, apart from the slap-up meal we had at the Italian, Rob.
Exactly.
Come on, we did 2 days of pot noodles.
I mean, that 2 days almost killed me. I mean, I'm wasting away here. But yeah, we've decided to spend a bit more doing this, and I'm really pleased that we've done it. It's really been a great experience. As
a tea drinker, not a coffee drinker though, I would say that there's coffee on board, on tap all of the time, but there isn't tea and the same thing. So just in case any other Brits are watching this, we were saying we'd have brought our kettle with us.
We could have done. I mean, there's sockets in here, several sockets.
I could have made a cup of tea.
We could have brought our kettle and made our own tea in here.
But if you're a coffee drinker,
no problem.
It's there at the end of the carriage all the time. You can just go and help yourselves to coffees all of the time.
Right, I don't know if you can see that, but there is snow and ice. Now, that's quite incredible, really, because although we've seen it on the peaks of the mountains, that's the first time I've actually seen it outside like that, so near. So they've obviously had quite a bit of a flurry recently. Anyway, I'm going to show you around here. There's Peg.
Hello.
Now, there's an arrangement here where you get almost a double bed, comes out on the bottom, and you get also, there's a bed up there which we didn't use. That lets a bit of air in up there. They call it aircon, but it's just a bit of cool air which you can sort of filter in. In the room you get a sink, and as you can see they were utilising one of the sockets, and some soap. There's a socket there, there's a mirror, and then there's a chair. Peg's sitting on that now, she's now on the other side. Oh, there's the lake. Wow, look at that. Did you see it? There's a mirror we've got, a big mirror, and an adjoining door, so you can hire 2 of these cabins and join them up. So this is pretty neat. It's got a little table. I suppose it's a bit like an airline seat where you've got a table that comes out and folds out quite easily.
If you chose to eat in your own little room, this is somewhere where you could sit and have your meal, or you could work on here, and it all folds away really neatly as well. If noisily.
It's also worth mentioning that it came with a box of tissues, 2 bottles of water, and you get loads of little toiletries as well, shower gel, hand wash, shampoo. You get this little cupboard, another box of tissues, a spare toilet roll, flannels, cups to have drinks of water, more little towels or cloths or something there, flannels. You even get some ear plugs and some little bars of soap. More stuff than we really need for one night. Where are we, Peg?
We're in the viewing coach on the Amtrak train.
So this is pretty cool. It's got lots of glass, lots of light in here.
You can see all round. It's absolutely fantastic, and this is the emptiest it's been since we've been on the train.
Yeah, I guess this must be the less scenic. Do you reckon, Peg? Is that why?
Yeah,
There's less.
Maybe a lot of people have got off now as well, but you know, where we were earlier on today, forgotten the name of it. Was it clam
chowder?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, that wasn't it.
No. Anyway, we've seen some beautiful sights today, but it's just lovely to sit in here because it's so light and airy.